Hello YouTube, hey guys, I just thought I'd show you what came in the post this week, and also show you my setup on my helmet with my GoPro, and this item or items that came in the post. It's the BT 6 Rider Bluetooth intercom. It's the dual package. It's supposed to be quite good quality. Read a few reviews, watched a few reviews, and people say it's actually a rival to the Senna, which I'll be surprised if it's that good, considering that for 2 units it was £62, and I think for a single Senna unit you're talking nearly £200, so I'm not expecting the same type of quality, even though I've never used a Senna. But with what people say, they are good bike-to-bike communicators, rider-to-pillion communicators. They're really good for that. It boasts that it's 1200 metres between each bike, depending on terrain. So if one rider's behind a mountain or a load of high buildings, then probably won't work. But I suppose if it's a fairly flat terrain, that's what you'll probably get. I think it says it works up to 120 kilometers an hour. That's obviously is like a bike-to-bike intercom. Just have a look what's in the box. I have cheated a little bit. I've already opened them and already put mine on my helmet, which I will show you later. Just have a look at 2 chargers, 2 units. Let's have a quick look at one of the units. So yeah, it connects with 6 other bikes. It's not like a conference call type thing. You can't all be talking at the same time. You have to select which rider you want to talk to in the group. So for instance, this, I mean, you can see that there, B, C, D and E, and I'm pretty sure you use that button as F. So for instance, this, for the 6 riders, if this was unit A, this would be like the default that people would be connected to. If for instance I wanted to speak to rider B, I'd just press B and then I'd be able to communicate with rider B. I'm probably gonna only use these as like a duo, rider to rider and rider to pillion, so obviously it would just be on A and B setting. But for instance, if like rider B wanted to speak to rider D, he'd press D or E or whatever. You know, if you wanted to speak to the lead rider, you'd press, or the rider at the back, you know, you can speak to them by pressing each button individually. And like I say, if this was A, so this would be 1, be 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm pretty sure, I'd have to have another look in the instructions, but I'm pretty sure that one is like, well, what would be F, rider 6. You've got volume up and down. This is the new version with the hi-fi speakers apparently. I think it's just better quality speakers. They're quite loud. I've not used it as an intercom yet, but I've played music through it, made a phone call through it. It automatically answers telephone calls. You link it Bluetooth to your mobile phone, so then you can listen from any Bluetooth device really, but most people probably use it with a mobile phone. You can listen to music through it. And obviously you can take calls. It'll answer after about 3 rings automatically, but it's not really what I've got it for. I don't, you know, not really into listening to music as I ride or taking phone calls really. But you know, communicating with your buddy when you're out on a ride, you know, especially if you get split up a little bit, or you know, one of you wants to pull over for whatever reason, one of you's got a problem, or you know, it's handy to be able to talk to each other. So it's brilliant for that. I suppose another way you could use it as well, I mean obviously depending on what type of contract you had on your phone. I mean I've got unlimited minutes, so I could phone somebody like my friend using this and use it through the phone, so then you'd get more of a lot more range then, you know what I mean. You could actually be hundreds of miles apart, but like I said, that'd just be like taking a telephone call, wouldn't it really. But this is the on button, so I'll just show you this quickly. If you hold the on button, keep the on button pressed in, you should get blue light, then it should start to flash. There we go. When it's flashing red and blue like that, obviously you go into your Bluetooth device, like your telephone, settings, search, you find, I think it comes up as interphone. It says it there, interphone. Interphone or something, intercom or something like that. Select it, then obviously then it connects, and it's all connected up. A slightly different way of connecting unit to unit. So it's pretty simple really. You have this one switched on before you switch this one on, and then you connect them up in a similar way to the way you connect the Bluetooth up. In the pack itself, obviously everything's doubled up. You got the charger, that's the charger cable, just really like a 2.5 jack plug, USB that plugs into there, so you could charge it on the go if you've got a USB plug on your bike, or you know, charge it at home or in a B&B or hotel if you're stopping somewhere, if you're doing a bit of touring. Charge it up with a plug. It recommends 3 hours for a full charge, but I think they were charged up a lot quicker. When you first plug it in initially, this light on the charger lights up red, then it goes amber, and then eventually it goes green. Obviously amber must mean partly charged, green obviously means fully charged. You also get a red light here when it's charging, which goes blue once it's charged. So once the units are fully charged, it does say in the manual, when connected to a telephone, listening to music or taking phone calls, it'll last for 7 hours. Standby is something like 320 hours, so I don't know. I'm guessing it'll last a lot longer on the intercom mode, because you're only using it obviously as and when you want to speak to, you know, pressing the button as and when you want to speak to someone. So I suppose it would be more or less in the standby mode all the time, so you'd get easier full days, couple of days riding out of it, no issues at all, if you weren't listening to music or anything like that. Also comes with this, weirdly, I don't know, basically, well, I think it just depends what you're connecting it to, I suppose. If you don't have to use Bluetooth, you can plug it into the device, so you've got like a 3.5 down to a 2.5 adapter. The headset itself, the headsets take a 3.5, so I suppose if you've got a device that's got a 2.5 for listening to music on or something, that'll be what that wire's for. Obviously both headsets come with speakers either side. You peel these white stickers off, and it's well, it's Velcro really. Have a look at that. It's Velcro. But you peel this sticker off, stick that to the inside of your helmet in this, you know, the slots where your ears are obviously, and then stick that to it. You've got the mic, which is on a bit of a boom that, you know, bends about all over the place, so you can get that. Same again, you can use the Velcro sticky pad on there. I didn't use that, I just sort of like put it in down the side of the cheek pad on the helmet. But I did use the Velcro to stick both the earphones in. So that's that. Comes with a clip. You see that? I'll show you better on my helmet. But comes with a clip that goes on the side of your helmet. So then, obviously the unit then just slides on and clips on, so you don't have to have this on your helmet all the time. Like I said, I have cheated a little bit because I've already wired mine onto my helmet. So I'll show you that. Oh, I'll show you the humble abode why I'm here. And pictures from the kids. This is the truck. This is home for the evening. In Grotty Industrial Estate in Dagenham. Got stuck on the M25. I was hoping to get a bit further north, but been a road closure. M25 shut. Two trucks involved. One's down the embankment and one's had the cab totally ripped off, so doesn't look very good. That's where the magic happens, there on the bed. not likely. Has got a top bunk, never been slept in. line. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the setup on the helmet. Hope you can see this proper. It's starting to get a bit dark. Crappy lights in the truck. That's the new GoPro that I got a couple of weeks ago. That's mounted on the side of the helmet. On the other side, this is the mount for the BT intercom. Let's just pull that out of there. Obviously that plugs in. Let's get one of these. Show you it just simply. Oh, yeah. Hard to do this by watching it on the camera, but believe me, it is easy. There you go, slides on. Plugs in the bottom. So that's basically, once you've got it all set up, that's all you have to do. And obviously turn it on. And that's it, you're aware. So, obviously the helmet's going to have that on that side. And the camera on the other side. Try and show you. You can see the boom in there. You see it? Probably not. And put it up against the window a bit. Hang on. Let's turn it upside down. Let's turn the helmet over. Don't normally have the helmet in my truck bashing about. I normally keep it in the container at work where I keep my bike, but let's bend it out a little bit so you can see it. There's the boom anyway. You see the boom there and the mic. It does move about quite easily. You can get it into position where you want it, but it seems alright there. I just have to check it for wind noise and stuff. Might have to adjust it if it needs to. Probably not going to be able to see this, but I'll try and get it on. And get it in focus a little bit. You probably can't make it out, well that's basically where the... Can you get it? Right there. That's where the speakers are anyway. But you've got your two speakers in, tucked in out the way. The boom's all in there, so basically it's all ready and set up then. You just got to click your, take your unit off, charge it, click it on, all fully waterproof, plug your what's it in, and away you go. Should be sorted. But the way I've been doing my uploads, anyone that's watched any of my videos, I think I've explained it in one of them. I mean, I've done one vlog with this new camera that I haven't uploaded yet. It was Wednesday, went out for a ride. Thought, right, you know, I'd had a week off work, thought I've got all day. I'm going to get my grass cut in the morning, and I'm going to get the bike out and go out for a ride. Got half an hour into the ride, started pissing down, got absolutely drowned. But it's still a decent, I weren't really going to upload it, but it's still a decent, probably got about an hour and a half footage, so I'm going to cut it down to maybe like 45 minutes and edit it and put it on. That's with the new GoPro camera. But with my original setup, this hadn't arrived then, so I didn't have this setup I had. What I normally do is have a mic plugged into my phone. Because to get an external mic for this camera, I couldn't do it on my old camera, you couldn't put an external mic on it at all. This camera you can, but people who know GoPros will know you've got to get an adapter for it, and the adapter alone is just a square block about that big with a wire on it, it's 50 quid. And it's something else then to mount on the helmet. So I normally use my phone, got an app on my phone, like a dictaphone type thing, plug a mic in, have the mic in the helmet, set record on the phone, set the camera recording, and then just edit them both together. It's pretty easy to edit it because it doesn't have to be perfectly in sync, because you can't see obviously my lips moving or anything, so as long as you get it, you know, within half a second or a second, you can't really tell that it's out of sync anyway. Or do the old clap, do the old clap to start both the recording and the video off at the same time. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. But with this setup, because I can link this BT intercom via Bluetooth to my phone, I've downloaded another app which is a Bluetooth voice recorder. Because the dictaphone will work as long as it's got a wired mic in, but it won't work off of like a Bluetooth headset or anything like that. So I've downloaded a Bluetooth one. So basically, so my helmet's all set up now. Switch that on, switch the camera on, switch the app on, and whatever I'm saying will go through the intercom into obviously record on my phone, and then I just edit them both together like I've done before. Am I boring you yet? Well, the other thing you can do is another nifty little trick that I've seen people do, which for instance when me and my mate are using them in a couple of weeks when we're going up to do our North Yorkshire and Lakes trip for a couple of days. That's, I think it's the 14th, Friday the 14th of September. We're setting off all round like North Yorkshire, Settle, Hawes, Kirby Longsdale, Kirby Stevens. We'll have a ride all round there, stop a few times, get some decent pictures hopefully, get a bite to eat somewhere, and we're stopping in Penrith, an hotel booked in Penrith, and then Saturday we're doing the lakes, and then buzz back down, maybe even go into Pilling and Knott End. My mum's got a caravan at Pilling, so I might go there and go to Knott End and then head back home. So there's another neat little trick. If you get a double adapter, so you could plug in 2 jack plugs, so plug your adapter in there so you can plug 2 jack plugs in, you can add a second mic, and then what you do with the second mic is run the second mic from here and secrete it next to one of the earphones, so everything that my mate says or whoever's on the intercom, whether it's your pillion or bike to bike, will be picked up by the mic, because obviously it's coming through the speakers in your helmet. You're listening to their voice through your speakers in your helmet. So if you were, for instance, to pull that bit of a cheek pad back and slide a mic in there next to that earphone, whatever he says will also be recorded to my phone, and obviously whatever I say will be going through the boom mic. So as we're talking to each other, it's the only real way of doing it, unless you have a really expensive type of setup. But for the sake of, I've already got the microphone, for the sake of a couple of quid for a dual 3.5 jack plug socket, that's all I really need. But whether I'll do that on this trip or not, I don't know. I might just babble on to myself and just use a bit of his footage. It would be good, having us both talking and stuff like that, but he's not really. He has the camera on his helmet, but he doesn't upload it. He doesn't do any YouTube channel or anything like that, so whether he'd wanna. I think for this trip, you're just gonna hear my boring, dulcet tones going on. But I'll edit a video together, let him see it. Bit of my footage, bit of his footage over the 2 days. And hopefully then next time we go out, which will probably be next year, because sadly our summer will be coming to an end after that. Might get a few decent days towards the end of September and October, might get a chance to go out again, but not on any sort of trip. Not on any sort of like couple of days out riding. Hopefully next time maybe I'll incorporate the microphone so you can hear what we're saying to each other, you can hear him talking, and we'll have another mooch about. I might do Scotland. We planned on doing Scotland this year, but I'll bore you with it all. We both work 6 days a bleeding week and spend a lot of our time in these trucks, so hopefully that's going to change for us both next year. We're going to get a bit more time to go and play on our bikes, go to a few bike meets, meet up with a few of the lads and a few of the YouTubers and what have you, do a bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Just thought I'd show you that if you're interested in. We got these off Wish. You get them off eBay, more or less the same price. We just got them off Wish because we'd got a bit of a discount because we'd ordered a few other things. So I think in the end, with the postage, we paid about £62. I think about £31 each. I think on eBay for a dual set, they were about. No, actually we paid less. Should have been £62. We paid less because I only paid him about £23–24. On eBay, the 57 quid plus a bit of postage probably work out at about the same price, 62. Like I said, we got discount off Wish because we'd been ordering other bits of stuff. Not a bad website really. Didn't really trust it at first. It would all be in Chinese tap, but I ordered a part for my bike that wasn't as described. It wasn't the same. Still decent, wasn't as described. Sort of left a bit of feedback saying my item wasn't as described. Next morning I've got an email, checked the email, they've refunded me the money.